Most people believe that a decent running shoe has to cost at least $150, and the running industry has spent decades convincing you that if you're not. Buying premium models with carbon plates and super foam technology, you're basically destroying your knees and wasting your time. Here's the truth nobody in the marketing department wants you to know. There are running shoes available right now for under $100 that deliver legitimate cushioning, proper support, solid durability, and comfort that will genuinely shock you when you realize how little you paid. These aren't garbage filler models or last year's clearance junk. These are current shoes that runners actually recommend, that perform well on real runs, and that prove budget does not automatically mean bad. Before we break down exactly which models you should be looking at and why they punch so far above their price point, hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and drop a comment telling me which running shoes you're using right now and what problems you're facing with them. Because I guarantee this video will change how you think about spending. The budget running shoe reality. Let's start by destroying the biggest myth in the running world, which is that affordable shoes are automatically inferior in every measurable, way too expensive models. The reality is far more nuanced because what you're paying for in premium running shoes often has very little to do with the core fundamentals of cushioning, stability, and durability that actually matter for most runners. When you buy a $200 running shoe, a significant portion of that price goes toward cutting-edge foam compounds that might save elite marathoners a few seconds over. 26 miles, carbon fiber plates designed for race day speed, limited colorways and collaborations, extensive marketing campaigns, and brand positioning. For the average runner who's logging 3 to 5 runs per week at moderate paces on roads or treadmills, none of those premium features provide a noticeable benefit that justifies doubling or tripling your budget. Budget running shoes have improved dramatically over the past 5 years because brands have started borrowing design principles, cushioning technologies, and construction methods from their premium lines and implementing them in more affordable models. What you lose in a budget shoe is usually the latest experimental foam, the flashiest colorways, the most aggressive marketing, and sometimes a bit of weight savings, but what you keep is proper midsole cushioning, adequate support structures, breathable uppers, and outsole rubber that will last through hundreds of miles. The key is knowing which budget models actually deliver on performance and which ones are just cheap for a reason. Brooks Trace 3, the safe all-around choice. The first shoe we need to talk about is the Brooks Trace 3, which sits right at the $100 mark and represents possibly the safest, most dependable choice for runners who want one shoe that simply works without drama or complications. Brooks has built a reputation over decades for making shoes that prioritize comfort and reliability over flashy innovation. And the Trace 3 embodies that philosophy perfectly by offering balanced cushioning that's soft enough to feel comfortable, but firm enough to feel stable and responsive. What makes this shoe shockingly good for its price is that it uses Biomogo Dina cushioning, which is an adaptive foam that responds to your stride and weight, providing more cushioning under heavier impacts and firming up for lighter steps. And this is the same core technology that appears in Brooks's more expensive models. The upper is engineered mesh that's breathable enough for warm weather runs, but substantial enough to provide structure and support. And the fit accommodates a wide range of foot shapes without feeling sloppy or overly narrow. The Trace 3 works exceptionally well for beginner runners who are still figuring out their stride and don't want to commit to a highly specialized shoe, but it's equally effective for experienced runners who need a dependable daily trainer for easy runs and recovery days. The ride is smooth and predictable with a traditional 12mm heel to toe drop, which means it feels familiar if you're transitioning from casual sneakers, and the outsole uses durable rubber in high wear areas to extend the shoe's lifespan. If you can only afford one running shoe and you want the option that's least likely to disappoint, the Brooks Trace 3 is that option because it doesn't try to be revolutionary or specialized. It just focuses on doing the fundamentals extremely well at a price point that makes sense. ASICS Gel Contend 9. Support and cushioning without the weight. Moving into the more budget-friendly range, the ASICS Gel Contend 9 typically retails around $70 and delivers a combination of support, cushioning, and stability that feels completely disproportionate to its price tag. ASICS has been making running shoes longer than most brands have existed, and they've developed proprietary cushioning systems that have been refined over decades. Contend 9 benefits directly from that institutional knowledge. The shoe features rear foot gel technology, which is a silicone-based cushioning system that absorbs impact shock during the heel strike phase of your stride. And this makes a huge difference in comfort and joint protection, especially if you're a heel striker or you're running on hard surfaces like concrete or asphalt. What makes this shoe particularly valuable is the guidance system built into the midsole, which helps guide your foot through a more efficient stride path and reduces overpronation, which is when your foot rolls inward excessively during landing. This makes the Gel Contend 9 an excellent choice for runners who need a bit of stability support, but don't want to pay for a dedicated motion control shoe that costs twice as much. The upper uses a combination of mesh and synthetic overlays that provide breathability where you need it and structure where you need support, and the fit is true to size 4. Most runners with a medium width platform that doesn't feel restrictive. The durability is genuinely impressive for a $70 shoe because the outsole uses ASICS high abrasion rubber compound in the heel and forefoot, which are the areas that wear out fastest, and runners regularly report getting 4 to 6 months of consistent use before seeing significant wear. This is the shoe you recommend to someone who's just starting to take running seriously, who needs real performance features, but who isn't ready to invest premium money into a Saucony Axon 3, low drop comfort for natural runners. The Saucony Axon 3 represents a different approach to budget running shoes because instead of trying to be everything to everyone, it commits to a specific design philosophy that appeals to runners who prefer a more natural, ground-connected feel. Typically available around $80, especially during sales, the Axon 3 features a 4mm heel-to-toe drop, which is significantly lower than the traditional 12mm drop found in most running shoes. And this encourages a more midfoot or forefoot strike pattern rather than heavy heel striking. What makes this shoe shockingly good is the generous stack height of cushioning combined with that low drop, which means you get substantial impact protection and comfort without the feeling of being elevated high off the ground or having your heel pitched forward unnaturally. The midsole uses Double Run cushioning, which is Saucony's proprietary EVA-based foam that provides a nice balance of softness and responsiveness. And while it's not as exotic as some premium foams, it performs extremely well for daily training and feels more premium than the price suggests. The upper is lightweight engineered mesh that's highly breathable and flexible, making this an excellent warm weather running shoe. And the overall weight of the shoe is impressively low, coming in well under 10 ounces for men's sizes. The Axon 3 works particularly well for runners who have transitioned away from heavily cushioned high-drop shoes and want something that feels more connected to the ground but still provides adequate protection for longer runs. The outsole coverage is strategic rather than full coverage, which keeps weight down and provides flexibility, but it also means this shoe will wear faster on rough surfaces compared to shoes with more aggressive rubber coverage. If you prioritize natural foot movement, lighter weight, and a more responsive feel over maximum durability and heavy cushioning, the Axon 3 delivers exceptional value. New Balance Fresh Foam Arishi V4, the soft daily trainer. New Balance has carved out a reputation for making shoes that fit a wider variety of foot shapes than most competitors. And the Fresh Foam Arishi V4 embodies that inclusive approach while delivering genuinely impressive comfort at price points that often drop to $60 during sales. The defining characteristic of this shoe is the Fresh Foam midsole, which is New Balance's plush, soft cushioning compound that provides a gentle, forgiving ride that makes it ideal for easy runs, recovery days, and runners who simply want maximum comfort over aggressive responsiveness. What makes the Arishi V4 feel far more expensive than it actually is comes down to the overall construction quality and attention to detail, because the upper uses a no-sew construction method that reduces irritation in hot spots. The booty design creates a sock-like fit that hugs your foot securely, and the overall aesthetic is clean and modern, rather than obviously budget. The cushioning is substantial without being mushy, meaning you get good impact protection and a soft landing, but the foam still provides enough energy return that you don't feel like you're running through sand. The ride is smooth and predictable with a traditional drop, making this an excellent transitional shoe for people moving from casual walking shoes into actual running, and it's also a solid choice for runners who need a comfortable daily shoe but don't care about hitting aggressive paces or racing. The breathability is excellent thanks to the engineered mesh upper, which means this shoe works well in warm climates or for runners who tend to overheat, and the lightweight. Construction keeps foot fatigue low even on longer outings. The main trade-off is durability because the soft foam and lighter construction mean this shoe won't last quite as long as heavier, more rugged options, but if you're getting it. At $60 and you get 4 to 5 months of regular use, the cost per mile is still excellent. Merrell Morphlight, the road-to-trail versatile option. Most budget running shoe lists focus exclusively on road running, but the Merrell Morphlight deserves attention because it's one of the rare sub-$100 shoes that handles both road running and light trail work competently, retailing right at the $100 mark. Merrell built its reputation on hiking and trail footwear, so they understand rugged construction and mixed terrain grip better than most running-focused brands. And the Morphlight benefits from that institutional knowledge. The shoe features Float Pro foam in the midsole, which provides cushioning and energy return similar to what you'd find in road running shoes. But the outsole uses a more aggressive rubber compound with deeper lugs that grip dirt, gravel, and light trail surfaces far better than typical road shoe rubber. What makes this shoe valuable is the versatility it offers. Because if you're someone who runs on roads most of the time, but occasionally hits packed dirt trails, park paths, or uneven surfaces, you can use the Morphlight for everything instead of needing separate road and trail shoes. The upper is more durable and protective than most budget road shoes, using reinforced materials in the toe and midfoot to protect against rocks and roots, and while this adds a bit of weight, it also means the shoe will hold up better over time and handle rougher treatment. The fit is generous in the toe box, which is typical for Merrell, making this a good option for runners with wider feet or those who prefer a more spacious feel. And the overall construction feels more rugged and substantial than most shoes in this price range. The main limitation is that the Morphlight isn't as lightweight or fast-feeling as dedicated road racing shoes, so if you're focused purely on road running and speed work, there are better options. But if you value versatility and durability, this shoe punches well above its weight. Nike Revolution 7, the accessible mainstream pick. Nike dominates the athletic footwear market, and while their premium running shoes often cost $200 or more, the Revolution 7 sits at the opposite end of the spectrum at around $70, serving as the brand's entry-level daily trainer that prioritizes accessibility and simplicity over cutting-edge innovation. What makes the Revolution 7 worth considering despite its budget positioning is that Nike's design language and fit are so familiar to most people that putting on this shoe feels immediately comfortable and predictable, and for runners who are brand loyal to Nike or who simply trust the name, this is the most affordable way to get genuine Nike quality. The midsole uses a basic foam that's not revolutionary, but provides adequate cushioning for daily training runs, and the upper is breathable mesh with synthetic overlays that give structure and support where needed without adding excessive weight. The Revolution 7 won't win any awards for innovation or performance, but it executes the fundamentals competently and consistently, making it a solid recommendation for casual runners, people just starting out, or anyone who needs a dependable shoe for treadmill running, light jogging, or gym cardio. The fit runs true to size for most people, the styling is neutral enough to work as both a running shoe and a casual lifestyle sneaker, and the durability is respectable for the price with decent outsole rubber coverage. This is the shoe you recommend when someone asks for the simplest, most straightforward Nike running option that won't break the bank, and while it's not exciting or particularly special, it's competent and accessible, which matters more than flashiness for a significant portion of the running population. Brooks Ghost 15, the premium name at budget pricing. Closing out the list is the Brooks Ghost 15, which is technically a premium running shoe that regularly retails above $100, but it's worth including because it frequently goes on sale for right around $100 or slightly below, especially when newer versions release or during seasonal clearance events. The Ghost has been one of the most popular neutral running shoes in the world for over a decade, with each iteration refining and improving the formula, and the 15th version represents the culmination of all that development. What makes the Ghost 15 shockingly good value when you can find it at budget pricing is that you're getting a shoe that was designed to compete directly with premium models. Featuring Dynaloft cushioning that's genuinely soft and plush, a segmented crash pad that smooths out transitions from heel strike to toe off, and a 3D footprint upper that provides structure without weight. The ride is balanced and smooth with enough cushioning to protect your joints on long runs, but enough firmness to maintain efficiency and responsiveness. And the shoe works well for a massive range of runners, from beginners to experienced marathoners using it for daily training. The durability is excellent with high-quality outsole rubber that lasts through hundreds of miles, and the overall construction quality is a noticeable step up from true budget models. The fit runs true to size with a medium width that accommodates most foot shapes comfortably, and the aesthetic is clean and professional without being flashy. If you can find the Ghost 15 on sale for $100 or less, it becomes possibly the best value in running shoes, period, because you're getting proven performance, trusted quality, and long-term durability at a price point that makes it accessible to far more runners. Why budget running shoes work better than you think? The fundamental truth about running shoes that the industry doesn't emphasize enough is that the basics matter far more than the extras for 90% of runners. Proper cushioning that absorbs impact without collapsing, a stable platform that doesn't wobble or twist excessively, a breathable upper that keeps your feet cool and dry, adequate outsole grip for your running surfaces, and a fit that matches your foot shape without creating pressure points. These are the elements that determine whether a running shoe actually works for you, and all 7 options we just covered deliver on these fundamentals consistently. What you're not getting in budget shoes is the latest experimental foam that might save elite athletes marginal gains, carbon plates designed for racing, extensive customization options, premium colorways, or aggressive marketing and athlete endorsements. But for someone running 3 to 6 miles a few times per week at conversational paces, none of those premium features provide tangible benefits that justify doubling the cost. Budget running shoes have improved dramatically because manufacturing has become more efficient, brands have learned to trickle down technology from premium lines, and competition has forced everyone to deliver better value, which means the gap between budget and premium has narrowed significantly in terms of actual on-foot performance. So here's everything you need to remember. The Brooks Trace 3 gives you balanced, dependable performance that works for almost everyone. The ASICS Gel Contend 9 delivers support and cushioning at a genuinely budget-friendly $70. The Saucony Axon 3 provides low-drop natural running feel with surprising comfort. The New Balance Fresh Foam Arishi V4 offers plush softness perfect for easy days. The Merrell Morphlite handles both road and light trail competently. The Nike Revolution 7 gives you accessible mainstream quality, and the Brooks Ghost 15 becomes incredible value when you catch it on sale. You absolutely do not need to spend premium money to get a running shoe that protects your joints, feels comfortable, and lasts through hundreds of miles, because these 7 options prove that budget does not mean bad, it just means smart prioritization of what actually matters. Stop falling for marketing hype that tells you that you need carbon plates and super foam to run safely, and start focusing on finding shoes that fit well, feel good, and match your actual running needs and budget. If this breakdown helped you find your next running shoe or saved you from wasting money on overpriced options, hit that like button, drop a comment sharing which shoe you're most excited to try, or what you're currently running in. And subscribe because I break down athletic gear, performance equipment, and budget-friendly fitness options every single week, helping you train smarter without emptying your wallet.